Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Excuse my hair, I just got my bun and just letting it free, straight off of work. Now, I wanted to make this quick video because I feel like as a service member, someone has to say something on like what's really going on. I'm not really going to go too much in depth, but with the state of the world, what it's in, it is currently October 2023 as I am recording this. And if you've been living under a rock, you have no idea what is going on. But even prior to this month, there was already tensions rising in Russia and China, and now with Israel. And the whole purpose of this video is that I know my channel is kind of based off being in the military and then my experience and trying to give tips and advice to anybody that is currently in MEPS or debating like, is the military for me? Should I go in? Because that was me. When I joined, when I was about to join, I was watching hella videos, um, trying to see like what is the perspective of somebody in the military right now. Don't get me wrong, I have family members like my mom, my stepdad was in the military, but times do change and they've been out for quite some time. And I wanted a perspective from somebody that was currently in the military, like now when I'm going to be going in, right? So, with that being said, I know that there's probably a few people questioning that should I go into the military with everything that's going on politically wise, because being in the Navy, Air Force, Army, whatever branch you may think about signing up for, you're going to be involved into politics whether you like it or not. I know there's a couple people in the United States that don't care much about politics because they feel like it's really not their place to say anything. But at the same time, it affects you. It do. Some civilians they don't get too much affected, but with you, if you're going into the military, me, a lot of this stuff do affect you. Recently we just almost had a government shutdown, and we get paid through the government, and there was a good chance we were not even going to get paid. Like I had like my LPO, like the people in charge, they were giving out messages around that time. Like I think it was like a day before they made a decision to keep it open for 45 days. But prior, they were saying like, hey guys, we just want to make sure like with everything that's going on, you should have got paid. But if you don't get paid, if the government does shut down, we have these resources. And when they were sending out these messages, I was just like, dang, like what really happens in the White House and Congress and all this stuff, like it really affects my day to day. Like I could have almost not gotten a paycheck just because. So I just want you to put that in perspective. If you're thinking about joining, your life can be altered on what's going on behind closed doors of, the government. But like I was saying, with the conflict that's going around in the world, aka Israel, um, President Biden just issued out that the Navy is going to support Israel and we're going to make our presence known. He done sent like a couple carrier ships out there, and I'm learning that a lot of people in America are not even really siding with the allies that we have. You know what I mean? Like, even if I had the same opinion as most Americans feel, I still have to side with, I have to still do my job. So if you feel like you know what's really going on and like morally, like it'll like mess with you, be like, I don't want to do this, like, because you are probably more knowledgeable of what's really going on. I'm still um, informing and teaching myself what's really going on in that area because I'm in Italy, like I'm not too far away from it. But but if you're really knowledgeable of what's really going on and you don't even like, you're not comfortable with all this stuff and the fact that you have to side on a certain side, maybe like you should consider joining because sometimes some people really have huge morals, you know what I mean? And when it comes to these type of things, they feel really bad and it just messes up with their mental. Now, if you're one of those people, maybe you should really consider like, hey, maybe it's not the right time to join, you know. However, I know a lot of people join because they're just in a rut. They don't really know what's going on next for them. They really need help. So if you could put your morals to the side, kind of, just so you can really do the deed that you say you're going to do just for yourself to help you out in your financial situation or just having insurance, all that stuff, by all means, I guess joining around this time don't really affect you. But if it does, maybe you should like wait on it. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen next? We don't know how long this is going to be. We don't know how much we're going to get involved in this. It's fairly new. It literally just happened like a week ago. Yeah, so I just really want to put this video out because I know a lot of people look out for advice, especially what's really going on presently in the military. And I just want to say, like, really think about what you're going to sign up for before you sign that contract. You know what I mean? There's a good chance you might be out there. And if you feel like you can't deal with it, because, the suicide rate in the military is very high. I believe it's 22 sailors a day commit suicide. And I just want to make sure that my future sailors, future Marines, Air Force, really make sure you know what you're signing up for because I don't want you to compensate your mental health um, just because you feel like you really need to do this. And I know how the state of things are going to probably be in the near future, but really ask yourself if you can handle this, if you can deal with it. Personally, me, I know I can. I've already been through like my episodes of depression. Um, I'll probably make a video about it too, just so you guys can really get to know me. But like I've had my due diligence with that. I got the help that I needed. I'm good. I'm stronger. Yes, I'm human. I still can be depressed every now and then, but I know how to handle it more on a positive side. Like I don't go to like the wrong coping mechanisms just to help out with it. Like no, I know what to do is really best for me in dealing with that. But I know a lot of people that join the military and they don't really know what they're signing up for and they finally get into it and they're just like, oh my God, like this is not what I thought it would be cracked up to be. And especially with the times that we're in now, there's a chance you might be in it and you might compensate your mental health even more. And then you might end up doing something dumb like taking your life. And this is exactly why I want to make this video because again, I want to, sometimes you really got to dig deep down inside and ask, what is your reason? What is your why? Because a lot of people are going to ask you that when you're about to join too, like the people at MEPS, the liaison, people at boot camp. And be like, what is your reason? What is your why? Why did you join? And if you are just joining for nothing strong enough, like, oh, I just wanted to get away from my ex at the time, or just something so simple-minded, don't do it because you're going to regret it and you're going to have to fulfill that contract or the things are not going to happen. You know what I mean? And I don't want anybody to put themselves in that situation. I want to do my due diligence and really make sure I get into your head and really ask yourself, do you want to do this? It can be good, honestly. And the reason why I joined is because I graduated college and I didn't really know where I was going. And for me, deep down, stability is really the main thing that I care about in my life. I want to make sure that I can take care of myself. And at the time, I didn't know what to do to take care of myself, to make sure like I had a stable check coming in, I had insurance that I can bank off if something happens to me. Um, Even education, I planned on going back to school. I did go to nursing school for a little bit, for like 8 months. I was almost done with the program too, but again, I went through that whole depression stage, and it was around COVID too. It was a terrible time. Um, but yeah, I definitely knew I wanted to go back to school, and I attempted to, but it didn't go through. But I still want to try again. But I had to take out loans around that time, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make sure I have the chance to get like a free education, because I've already had free education before when I went to the University of Maryland for a track scholarship, and I already know how that feels, and it feels good not to have nothing to pay for, and I wanted to be in that area again. So this is my reason why I joined, and plus I work in the medical field, being in an AB too on top of that. So you see, I have my reason. I have my why. If you don't have that, then you probably shouldn't join. Okay? Like, I'm just being honest. Like, I know people join for the most stupidest things, and then they instantly regret it, and then they're drinking alcohol like crazy, vaping like crazy, like just doing all this harm to their body, trying to cope because they didn't realize that signing that contract was really going to be such a huge deal. And it is, because in a sense, you don't really have the freedom like you used to. You know what I mean? In the civilian world, you can call off work and all that stuff. Here, you cannot. Okay? If you really are not feeling well, you have to go to sick call and get like a note saying like, you're sick in quarters. They have to know your whereabouts. You know what I mean? Period. And if they don't, like, they're gonna be looking for your ass. It just is what it is, and I think a lot of people don't realize how much you're kind of giving up being in the military. And if military orders too, they tell you where you're going. I didn't want to go to Italy. I wanted to stay in the States. But you know what? I'm here. I have a whole European phone number. My phone number is like 12 numbers long. um, it's just so much things that's changed. Like, even the water here is a little different. I don't have my car, and even if you're into like herbs, that green stuff, and you cannot even stop, doing that, you probably shouldn't join either, because I know a lot of people that don't get over their addiction join the military, and then they start smoking again, and then end up popping positive on a random drug test, and now you got a dishonorable discharge. You know what I mean? So I just feel like, if you really gotta think about your future, and if you feel like the military can fulfill it, by all means, join. Join me. You know what I mean? But if you feel like stripping, like, the fact that you can't choose where you're gonna live, the fact that you don't have as much freedom as you do, you might not even have your car with you. Hair wise, I get tired of throwing my hair in a bun. Like, if you can't even handle like doing all the small stuff, and it irritates you, and it's just affect your mental, you probably shouldn't. But I didn't really mean to get into this really long rant. I really wanted to make this video, just to make sure people know what they're getting themselves into, because like the conflict that's going on, you know what I mean? Because these times are really questionable. I know 9/11 was so long ago. It was like about 20 years ago. And then what we killed Osama bin Laden probably around, I don't know. It's been a while, so like a lot of things have been a little stagnant. Conflict in the world hasn't been like too crazy, but we all know history repeats itself, and I feel like I've been knew like this was eventually gonna happen. I just, I kind of figured it was gonna happen when I got in. I kind of figured it was gonna happen when I got in, but you know what? And I'm okay with that. It's what I signed up for. I am a strong person mentally. I think I can handle it. But if you feel like you're very opposite from me and you really thinking about going in and you're trying to convince yourself you can handle it, but you know you can't, then just hold it off for a little bit. I don't know. I hate to see a lot of people depressed being in the military because I see it a lot. I really, really do. And I just want to help those who are considering to really, really, really deep down think on your reason why. And if you think it's good enough, by all means do it. You know? But okay, guys, I'm just going to leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to go work out because I got a PRT on Thursday. Ooh. Anyways. Again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like my video, subscribe if you want. I'm not going to force you to do it. But if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it. All right.